Welcome to Deco Guide, the only app designed to help you navigate your college and career journey in the quickest and most affordable way. This podcast is brought to you by EdTechity, dedicated to opening doors to higher education and career opportunities for all.
Under the realm of campus resources, we're going to talk about the Disability Resource Center. If in high school, if you had a 504 plan or an IEP, you can get accommodations. It could be, more time on taking tests. It can be extended deadlines for assignments. Depending on what your specific disability is, the professors, the instructors, the institution has a federal responsibility to ensure that you are being accommodated. It's a federal law. So I would encourage you to ask your academic counselor or your academic advisor about the Disability Resource Center and how you can get in front of an access specialist and talk about what accommodations you're going to need to help you be successful. That's a big thing. Now, I've seen too where students were not aware if they had a type of learning disability or anything like that. They may have some suspicions about maybe having ADHD or maybe having some type of learning disability. Maybe at your community college, they might have some assessments where they can determine if you have some type of learning disability and if you would qualify for accommodations. If they don't, they can at least refer you to some resources in your local community. I would say if you have a primary physician through your parents' insurance or what have you, if you suspect that you have some kind of learning disability, I would encourage you to talk to your physician about that and see if you can get tested. And if something is revealed, you can take that to your DRC and they can make sure that you get those accommodations.
Yeah, and with the caveat too about talking to your physician. So, unfortunately, we do live in a world where certain ideas exist. So if you weren't tested as a child for some of these diagnoses, you might have to kind of fight for it a little bit more. So as an adult, if you are struggling academically for attention disorders or for any other disorders, and you go to your primary care physician and you are met with, oh, well, you're in college, so if you had it, you would have known now. But really fight for it, right? So unfortunately, it is the world that we live in, but really fight for that, for you to get tested, because it is, at the end of the day, going to better suit you if you are kind of on the roll or on the ball on it. And then do go to your Disability Resources Center and ask for accommodations, because those are available to you if you need them.
Yep. And if you're met with resistance to your primary care physician, maybe your institution might have additional resources that you can use. Like I said, they may do testing at the community college that you attend. Or if not there, then they can point you into a local community resource that can help you identify if you do in fact have a learning disability. So I'm just speaking from an advisor with experience where students were saying, like, I don't know what's wrong, but I'm not able to focus in class. And, the material is really hard for me to understand. Like, I think there might be something going on with my brain. Okay, let's explore that and start with your community college. If you have a primary care physician, go to them. If you don't, go to your community college. If your community college is not able to help you, they can at least refer you to some resource that can.
And with that, if you are speaking to your advisor, right? So it may not even be an attention disorder, but it may even be something as equally as serious, right, as depression or anxiety that is not allowing you to focus. So additional resources, in the previous episode, we've talked about it too, but additional resources are therapy and counseling sessions that you do qualify for as a student on your campus. And I mean, I went to a private institution, so I don't really know if it's about the same for California public institutions, but where I went, I know it was free, right? It was included in our tuition. And I believe it's about the same for other institutions as well, that you do have access to those resources and it's free. right? It's paid through your tuition, or it's paid through grants that the school gets. So really taking advantage of those resources as well, that if you are struggling with school or struggling in your classes, that might be an alternative outlet for you to look into.
100%.
Thank you for tuning into Techo Guide, the app focused on bringing you tools and content to help you make better decisions about school, life, and career. We hope this episode has inspired you to pursue and excel in your own educational and career journey. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and share.